Hello, my friends. It's me, Karen Valentine, and we are back for part 3 of this lovely page from the book Serenity by Anastasia Koldareva. And today we are going to work on the jewelry and the background, and I think we will be finished. So I'm going to use my, my trusty Prismacolors again. And we are also going to use these Fineliners by Arteza. They're the Inkonic Fineliners, and they come in a ton of colors. I don't remember which set this is. I haven't counted, but this is my my swatch chart for those. And we're going to do that because, let me zoom in here a little bit, because the details on these little tooth, I believe those are tooth earring jewelry is so teeny tiny that I do much better with a fine liner, because it gives me the ability to put rich, deep color down with just, with just one pass of the fine liner, as opposed to trying to do that with a pencil where I'm trying to add layer upon layer to get that really nice, rich color. So that is what we're going to do. And I believe, when I look at this, to me, the metal work on her jewelry really needs to be silver. So I'm going to attempt to get a somewhat realistic looking silver. The nice thing is that it's so teeny tiny that it doesn't have to be as incredibly detailed with as many layers as Monia Mitchell Gates did in some of her recent tutorials. Those were incredible. And I learned a lot, but these teeny tiny little bits, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that much in the way of layering and colors. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to start with 20% cool gray. And I'm just, let's see, you know what? I take that back. Do I want to do the bones first? You know what? Let's do the, I know I keep calling them bones. I think they're teeth. Let's do the teeth first. So I take that back, and we're going to start with white. And I'm going to lay that in here. So I don't know if you guys, I don't know who is going to have noticed this or not, but I'm going to try and upload this video as a premiere video to test it out and make sure that I can do it. I need to get that down and make for sure that I know exactly what I'm doing, because the Spooktober event is coming up in just over a week. And the last thing that I need is to wait until the last minute and then discover that I don't know how to upload a premiere video. So if you are unsure or you've never seen a premiere video, I had never heard of them until being asked to do this event. A premiere video is kind of cool. I might have explained this once before, but I'm going to do it again. Just because. Okay, so that was white, and now I'm going to use 10% French gray. So the premiere video, unfortunately, it's not as super easy to upload as just uploading a video. There's several different ways to do it, and I want to make sure that I get it right. But the cool thing about it is that it, if I schedule it, it will set it as a, like it'll show on my page, and give you the date that it's scheduled for and all that, and it'll just stay there as a placeholder. And then there's a live chat that will be attached to the video. So I won't be speaking like the live chat, like the typical live chat. You'll just watch the video like I normally do videos. But there will be a live chat attached to it, so we can all watch it together and, you know, chit-chat and ask and answer questions and all that, just like you do with a regular live chat video. So that's kind of cool. I think that's a neat thing. And then depending on how that goes and how I feel, I might do some more of those or some live chats maybe. I won't do it all in live chat because I personally really like this format for myself. But I think once in a while doing a live chat video might be kind of fun. So I'm learning new stuff all the time. Okay, next is Beige Sienna. Hopefully I'm in frame for everybody. I'm just going to warm this up just a little bit. We are having a rare cloudy day outside, so hopefully the lighting is going to be okay on this one. Okay, I think I might leave, do I want to add some of this? Let's try some light umber. Just, okay, let's do the silver. So now we're going to use 20% cool gray. And I'm going to try and do this. Oh, am I changing my mind again? Yes, I'm changing my mind again. Let's do white. I'm going to try and preserve some highlight here. I'm going to just put it in the places I know I'm going to be wanting a little bit more highlight, and hopefully that will work. Okay, now 20% cool gray. definitely want to have a sharp pencil for doing all of this. But the nice thing is that those Inkonic pens do a pretty good job of coloring over wax. So if I get some wax pencil on in an area that I don't want it, the Inkonic pens will just go right over it. Boy, howdy, this is detailed. little teeny tiny. It's all right. We can do it. I am nearsighted, and I have progressive lenses because, yes, I'm old. And they work great for day-to-day life and, you know, reading and whatever it is that I need to do. But when I am coloring, and I'm working especially on these little detailed areas, I just take my glasses off completely. I can see better with my naked eyes than I can with the bifocal that the doctor gave me. And which is a bummer because those are new glasses just this year, but I can still see better without them for up close work. Holy moly, it's tiny. Trying not to cover up the areas where we're going to put the color, but I think some of it will be inevitable. Okay, let's do some 90% cool gray. I go very, very lightly with this because I don't want it to be dark. I just want it to deepen and smudge, I guess, the silver that I'm doing. So use a light hand, and then we're going to use the blender and maybe I'll do that right now so you can see what it kind of looks like when I do that. So Prismacolor Colorless Blender sharpened to a nice sharp point. feel like what it does is it kind of gives that silver a smudgy, tarnished look. Yep. I'm kind of putting it sort of randomly, but also sort of in the areas where the shadows would be, you know, underneath the things that stick out, and like in the creases of the metal, like in, not creases of metal, but you know, where the metals would join. I think that seems like where the tarnish would build up the most. So it's kind of tarnish and kind of shadow at the same time, I guess. Let's use our colorless blender. Just smudge that. Still trying to stay off of the little gemstones and stuff, but if you don't, it's not a disaster. Oops, I missed some right here. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of light umber. Just very lightly. Okay. So I think I'm going to start. Are you in as close as you can get? There we go. I'm going to start here, and I'm not sure what's, you know, sometimes the artists do stuff and it's like, I wonder what her intention was for that. So I'm just going to treat anything on here as like an embedded stone of some kind or another. So I'm going to take, this is Inkonic A138. It's kind of a pretty turquoisey blue. And I'm going to, rather than coloring them all the way in, I'm kind of going to circle them. And what that does, I don't know if you can see it or not on the camera, what that does is it leaves a little white dot in the center, which takes care of the highlight for me without having to add any Posca pen or anything like that. And they're so tiny, so you may not be able to achieve that on all of them, but that's okay. I want to do those in a different color, I think. So let's do some here. And I still have some more work to do for the silver, but I want to get these kind of in place. And what other colors do we want to do? Let's see, let's use that here. And let's see, that looks like a two-tone silver almost right there. So I'm just going to do these little, are you in? These little ones right there. Kind of just make it up as I go. That works. And you know what I'm going to do? There are 3 right here in a triangle. Boy, gosh, you guys, these are so tiny. Oof. Okay, let's do, let's see, let's do this A126. Now, if you don't have these, any fine liners that you have would do the same thing. So, all right, now these are a little harder because it looks like it's a circle within a diamond, or not a diamond, a triangle. I don't know if I can achieve that much detail. So we'll just do the circle. And I'll just have to do my best. But it's definitely easier to do it this way than to try and do it with a colored pencil. Even with, I think if you had like the those Prismacolor Verithins, which are a super hard, sharp point pencil, I still don't think you would be able to get the deep, rich color with those or any other pencil. So fine liners are really nice for that. This one's kind of an olivey color. I'm going to try a different green. This one is A146. Oh, see? That was weird. This one's A20. All right, well, we're going to try A146. It's a little less yellow. A146. Let's do these little zigzaggies. Am I in frame? Yes. I'm almost wondering if maybe I should have done the marker work first. Because it would have been a lot easier to see what needed to be done without the colored pencil on there. I'm going to do some green right here. I'm going to stone. What color stone are we going to do there? We could try yellow. Let's try a yellow. So I kind of like that A128. We'll do that right there. And is there any other place that I could add this in here? Here. that's a stone and it's all silver. Let's just put a little bit right here. I don't know that that's right, but I want to carry some of that yellow through. And let's do, where can we put it on in here, over here? Maybe we can't. That's okay. Can I incorporate it in here somehow? Let's just, I don't know if this is right or not, but I don't think it's going to make much difference. Alrighty. Just because it's bugging me and I want to fix it, I'm going to take, you can either use like 90% cool gray if you want. It really doesn't matter. I guess I'll use that. I'll make it easy. And I'm going to do the shadow under the metalwork on the tooth. I'm just going to add a little bit more here. What's next? I think the big stones. So I'm debating on adding some green. I don't know if I want to do this or not. I'm gonna just add a touch of this 146 to these stones right here. No idea why, just because. Okay, so let's do that stone first. So I'm going to start with white and just kind of put that in the center a little bit. And I'm going to take Aquamarine. I'm going to go around the outside, and then Cobalt Turquoise. Then I'm going to take my white, blend that a little bit, and then my Colorless Blender on the outside. And then my Schpirrer Farben Black. I think you could probably use any black, but you guys know how I like this pencil. Okay, there we go, one stone. We're gonna have to come in and add shadows on her skin, I think. I did it with a brownish color before, but I think we're gonna need to do it with gray. Okay, now, what do I want to do? I think we'll do that stone in green, but maybe we do decisions. That silver work have to work on better. Or do I make it the same color and do those stones in green? I don't know. Okay, while I'm deciding, going to add some black and get this details going in this silver because it's also bugging me that it's not defined very well. Yeah, this is what I do when I'm working by myself, is for hours, well, no, that's a humongous exaggeration, but I will sit and contemplate and try and decide what I want to do. With the color. I just don't know. Part of me wants to do it to match, and part of me wants to do it to be green. I'm going with green. Decision has been made. All right, now the question is, what greens? So I'm going to zoom out because there we go. Okay. The greens that I used here was the lime peel. So I think for her thingy, I want to use like Prussian Green, dark green and white. Let's try that. I think that'll be okay. So, Prussian Green, dark green, where are you? Dark green, and I've got my white out already. And probably black too, so. All right, let's zoom in again. I'm gonna put the white in. Then the Prussian Green. Some dark green. And I don't think I want to blend with white this time, so I'm just going to use the Colorless Blender. And then a little bit of black. And we didn't color that silver. I missed that. Okay. I'm going to add some black. Around the bottom edge of all of these. And then I have to decide what color to do. Well, in the meantime, let's get this silver edge done the way it should be. Cool gray, 20% cool gray. And 90% cool gray. I don't even know if that... try black. All right, I'm not messing with it anymore. But I could do yellow. They'd be like citrine stones almost. But I don't want it to be super bright. But I don't. Right, I'm going to put sand down. And hopefully, if that's not bright enough, I can always make it a little bit more vivid. No, I think that's just fine. Let's put a little bit of light umber underneath. Gosh, I thought that this video would be short and sweet, but it's taking a lot longer to do all the jewelry than I thought it was going to. Okay, how's that look? This looks like it needs a little bit more color right there. And because it's bugging me, I want to try and do the shadow. Let's try. I'm always doing shadows on skin. Always makes me nervous because I can never seem to get it right. But we're going to try this 90% cool gray. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think that would be like a great tutorial for some expert colorist to do. Would be shadows on skin. I don't know if I need to do them before I color this. Oh, that doesn't look too bad though, actually. Hey, how about that? That looks not too bad. I think I'm going to make it a little bit bigger though, because it seems like that might hang a little bit further away. There we go. Look at that! It worked! Okay. Now look what I've done. I've made a mess. You know how I've always said, oh, well, I don't ever have a problem with smudging. Well, apparently I was wrong. I just see some smudges of color over here. Okay. Oh, well, you can't see it because, because I'm zoomed in like a gazillion degrees. There we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's pick another stone to do. That one, and maybe because it's round and sticking out, but it almost seems like that one should be a pearl, but I'm kind of trying to go with the richer colors, so I don't know that I want to make that one be a pearl. Something here I gotta try and fix. I don't know. That's better. much better. Okay. Pick a color, Caran. How about, I'm going to do the blue on that one, I think. So, white. Aquamarine. And Cobalt Turquoise. And then blend from the white out. And then black. And that silver looks incomplete. Just adding a shadow under there helped. Too much detail. I'm not going to worry about it, I think. I mean, I like working on detail, but sometimes it's just so tiny that it's kind of pointless. This is the 90% cool gray. And I want to do something around these yellow stones. And I'm wondering if I should use a fine liner for that. This is the black. Or, you know what, I'm just going to check on one thing. So I do have, as I said, the Prismacolor Verithins, and I just want to see if I can get a better for what I want to do. This is working really well. I never use these for coloring, but I do use them in conjunction with the Arteza Fineliners, because they are a really sharp, you can get a really sharp point. They're a hard pencil, so they're really good for getting sharp lines down. Yeah. Good. Okay, let's do you know what, while I'm here, I'm gonna do some black under here. There we go. That helps make it show up a little bit better. Okay. Green. Green would look good with yellow. I'm sorry I'm so indecisive, guys. Really, this is probably kind of annoying. It's annoying to me, and okay. Don't throw your pencils around. I want to do green on this one, so let's just go ahead and get that one done. So Prussian Green. White. And dark green. This is the Verithin. I'm just having a hard time keeping the detail on here. Okay, pick blue. So I'm not going to bother putting the white down, and I'll just use the white to blend. So Aquamarine. Now the white. And now the Cobalt Turquoise. And see, the Verithins don't work as well on top of a lot of waxy color. So there we go. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost done. I'm going to do green over here. That was Prussian. And the dark green. Where's my little dark green? There it is. White. Okay. I want a little bit more shadow right there. So 90% cool gray. Much. That might be too much. Make sure if you put white down to blend something or whatever, make sure that you that it's clean, because those white pencils can pick up color, and then you go to use it on white and you wind up throwing different color down that you didn't want on there. Okay, we're almost done. What do we got left? This one. And something over here, because there's something about these. I might have to do some white Posca on that, because I did not give that a little highlight. So I'm just going to do a dot in the center. It's amazing what just that one little detail does, really. Okay, I'm going to use my Verithin and see if I can put a little shadow under these. And I don't know if it'll work because I've already got so much. There we go, that's better. Boy, how shadows really improve the look of something. Okay, so we're going to do green on that one. So Prussian Green. Leave the center white. Dark green. And then blend with white. And then maybe a little bit more dark green on the bottom here. Okay, I did not do the silver around, so I'm going to do that. That was 20% cool gray. This is 90% cool gray. I'm just going to do it real lightly and then blend it. I am losing a lot of the a lot of the detail that she put on here with all the little cute rope silver, but I don't have the patience to do what I have to do to make that really show, so this is going to have to be good enough. Let's see, let's use the Verithin. Verithin. And then those are the last ones, right? So I kind of liked, I think I'm going to do them in yellow. So this time I'm going to try and leave a white center. And then, oh, sorry, that was not yellow, that was sand. And this is light umber. And Verithin Black. Okay, I feel like I missed some. This is the light umber. I'm going to just add a tiny little bit of that over here to this chain, and I think it looks like this needs to be darkened right there. Right there. And really, there should be some shadow right here. Now this is scary. Yeesh. Because I don't know. I think that would be shadowed. That would be shadowed. Okay, so I just did a little bit. Hopefully that's enough. A little bit right there, a little bit right there. That works. Okay, did we get it all done? Let's zoom out a little bit. Hopefully you were in frame while I was doing the shadows over here. If not, my sincerest apologies. Again. Okay, is that done? Done. Done. You know what? There's a little bit of chain and stuff here that I missed. Okay. That one's mostly done. Done. All right, next we work on background. Okay, so for the background, since I'm kind of currently obsessed with my gelatos, I'm going to do a gelatos background again. And one of the reasons is that this paper is not the thickest of papers. And so to use like neos or watercolors or anything like that, it works, but it does kind of, you know, wrinkle your paper a little bit. And I think for this book, I'm going to try and keep it flat and clean. And since I do love the gelatos so much, there's no reason to, you know, get it wrinkled with water media. So I think what I would like to do is pull out, to contrast the cones, I think we're going to do the background in shades of these Cobalt-y turquoisey colors. So I've pulled out Snow Cone, and Snow Cone is in the Dolce Gift Set 2. I've pulled out Nebula, and Nebula is in Iridescence 1. I'm sorry that I have to like use colors from a gazillion different sets, but that is the way it is. Kiwi, which is also from Dolce Gift Set 2, which I'm not sure if I'm going to use or not. And Iced Pear, which is also from the Dolce Gift Set 2. So I do love that particular set because it has a nice mix of the pastels, the iridescence, and the translucence. So it kind of gives you a good variety of colors and such. So that is a good thing. So I'm just going to put some of these down here. We're going to start with those. Oh, sorry. Okay, so away we go. The thing that I do like about these is that they don't seem to really cover, like you can, maybe it's the brush, maybe it's the Neos, not Neos, the Gelatos themselves, but I don't seem to have a problem adding them at the end with this little brush. They don't seem to cover up the color that I have down already to the point where I don't, you know, like I'm unhappy. So I think as long as you're careful and you use a nice small brush, because you definitely don't want a big brush for these tiny areas, you can just kind of go in there and work around, and it works okay. So I'm kind of combining these two colors. One is a little bit too blue and one is a little bit too green, sort of. So if I just kind of combine them, they seem to be a nice color that I like. I am going to come in when I'm done here with some colored pencils, so if there's areas that you're uncomfortable with getting too close, or you're having a hard time keeping the color off of what you've done already, you can always leave a little bit of a space and fill it in with colored pencil. So just like with color pencils, I use those circular motions. I'm going to switch to a bigger brush as soon as I kind of get in through all these little details. I could probably use a bigger brush even up there too, so I'll come in here. Really should get in the habit of keeping this brush in my other hand. That way, it's always right there when needed. Pretty sure I can still just use the bigger brush. So let's just do it right here. All right, I'm going to switch to the bigger brush now. It's really hard to do this and not have my hand in the way, because you kind of have to have your hand be straight up and down on the page to use these brushes, and it covers what I'm doing on the video. So I'm going to try and hold my brush back just so you can kind of see the movement. I have to get a little bit closer here because I'm working on her next to her skin. I don't want to lose control. The other thing I love about the gelatos, I had to give my hand a rest. My right hand was getting tired. But it does go a lot faster to get your color laid down than it would be if you were trying to do this with colored pencil. And I still really like the look of these over chalky backgrounds like pan pastels or regular chalk pastels, because to me they still have the same consistency, sort of vibrancy, as the colored pencils do. So the page feels all cohesive, like it was, I don't know, done with the same media or something. I don't know. I still do love the pan pastels, and I love them for skin. But I got to admit, I like these better for doing backgrounds. And you can build and build and build. So if you wanted to, you could lay down, you know, just one layer of color and call that background done, if that's the look that you want. Or you can continue to build up with more color or more colored pencils on top and change the whole look. So now I need to decide what I want this fade out to kind of look like. I think I want it to be somewhat uneven. Kind of like this, I think. Getting pretty close. Okay, now I think, even though I believe I'm going to add some colored pencil on top, I still think I want to add a little bit more color right up close to her skin, because it will look better when I add the color pencil. Okay, now the question is, do we add a little bit of green in there, or do we just leave it blue? I I don't know. Let me see what this Aquamarine looks like. I really should let this dry more. But see, this is what I mean by you can almost always find a colored pencil that looks pretty close to what you've done with the gelatos, so you can go in and fill in any areas that you couldn't really get to with the brushes. And I think what I will probably do is go darker around her and fade out to white. So I'm not going to make a decision on the, oh, do I want to add some green? Part of me wants to add a little bit of that iced pear. Maybe just around, oh, you know? All right, I'm going to try something. So this is the iced pear. I want to see what it looks like. I'm going to do this iced pear just around the cones. I like that. I'll go with that for now. But I do think I want some more color of the blue up in here. It looks a little light. And that is the other thing I love about these, is that you can just keep building up the color until you get it the way you want it. It can be very light and soft, or it can be much more intense and vibrant depending on how many layers of it you put down. Might as well keep going. use up all that's on my palette, at least. Here. I think we're pretty close. Okay, I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes just because I like to work my color pencil on top of it after it doesn't, well, it's pretty dry, but just let it cure for, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm going to do that and then go get something to drink and I will be right back. Okay. So it's been about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. And I'm thinking that I'm probably going to add something to tone down the brightness of this. And I'm not sure if that's going to be gelatos or pencil, but to start with, before I do that, just to do things in phases, just to make sure that that's what I want to do. I'm going to add some of this Aquamarine to start with, and we'll go with a little bit darker color after that. So this is a good color to just deepen what we've already got going on close to her. I'm not going to zoom in now because I don't think you guys need me to zoom in. I think you might do better to be able to see what the whole thing looks like as I'm doing it. It's nothing major. I'm just doing darker near her body and then lightening my pressure as I work my way out so that it kind of blends into the gelatos. Because I think I want to keep most of the darkness towards the center and let it be nice and light on the outside, but you know, that could change as I keep working. So Okay, let's see how this is going to work. Yep, I think that'll be fine. Pencil definitely glides much smoother on top of where the gelatos are heaviest, and I love that it still lays down with no problem, but I can physically see the difference in right against the edge here where I don't have a whole lot of the gelatos down, and what it looks like when I work my way out a little bit further where there is more gelatos. Like I'm definitely going to need to get a blender pencil and blend that smooth. I like what it's doing though, and then when I add the darker color, I think it'll get even better. Just gonna blend right here. Okay, let's move on to Cobalt Turquoise. Oh, you know what? This area needs blending right here. Okay, Cobalt Turquoise. It's even darker. I just love the look of having that darker color blending out to light. So I'm just going to grab that Aquamarine again because I feel like I need a little bit more something to smooth this blend. It's pretty light up here. Makes me want to come back and do some more right here. You really got to lighten your pressure as you work away from the face or any part of her to keep that faded out look going. If you don't lighten your pressure as you move away, then you'll have a defined line between the colors, and you don't, if you're doing it this way, you don't want a harsh line. You want it to just really fade out. You can use heavier pressure close to her, but definitely lighten your pressure as you move away. Okay, I think I'm going to take the Aquamarine again. Bring this out a little bit. Blender. Okay, now the question is, do I want to add brown? What color brown shall I add? I don't know. Maybe espresso. It's here somewhere. Did I pull it out already? I have a gazillion of them. Where's my espresso? Before I add that, though, I'm thinking maybe I should test out with light umber a teensy bit first and see what it looks like. Kind of like that. It almost adds a little green tinge to it. And it gives it one more layer of interest. So I think I'm going to use this light umber. And then hopefully there's enough tooth left on this paper for me to add some of the espresso. Cope, what are you barking at, silly? There's nobody out there. Oh, I really like this this light umber. In fact, I might spread it kind of throughout the page here. Let's see, this needs to be blended a little bit. It's because I didn't have enough gelatos, I think, close to her skin. I think that'll be okay. But you can see how much less of the gelatos is, you know, down here and in this area. And so the pencil takes to the paper differently than it does when it's on top of a good layer of gelato. Oh, I like the addition of the brown a lot. But then I almost always do. I seem to always like to add browns and kind of vintage up the page, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it. So much for a fast video. I could probably get the same look. I'm wondering if I should just do that by adding a little bit of the iced chai gelatos. But I don't know. I'm not positive. I don't want to mess it up. But down here, I think, because I don't have a lot of the gelatos already down, I'm afraid the color pencil is going to look different. So let's just try that. So this is iced chai, and it is in the Dolce gift set too. And I'm just going to use a big brush. Yep, I think that gives me the same. That's good. I like that. Yay! Yep, that's what it needed. Just needed something to tone down the brights. It still gave me the contrast and the blues. Yeah, no more of that. That's just the right amount. And the only question I have now is, do I want to add some espresso? Like over here, because I don't think I have any brown in here. Oh, I really like the addition of that iced chai. It's almost like we added green all over the whole thing, but not really. I don't know. It's good. It toned down that really, really vivid color. I feel like there's a teeny bit of color on her skin that doesn't belong there. I'm trying to find, I thought I brought my eraser in here. There it is. I'm not going to use the electric though, but this is what I have, so I'm just going to, nope, don't touch. Use the electric part. I'll pull her skin right off. Alrighty. Am I happy with this? I mean, yes, the answer is yes. I'm very happy with this. The question is, am I done? That's the question. Because I don't. I think that's all right. The answer is yes. I am done. Unless after I shut off the camera, I decide to tweak it some more, because that's just what I do. But all in all, I am very pleased. The background came out great. I'm really happy with that. I might come in and add a little bit more of this aqua, because to me, this right here is too harsh of a line. And that just might take some tweaking. But I really like it when the lines, when the colors blend out very smoothly with no defined lines. So there we go, guys. One more page down. So this will probably be my last video before the Spooktober color along, and that is next Friday. I don't have my, I think it's the second and third is when I'll be, yes, Friday the 2nd and Saturday the 3rd is when I will be back for that. So hopefully the practice run of uploading this as a premiere video goes smoothly, and I will be able to do that when I'm supposed to do it for the color along. So thanks for hanging out with me again. And it's always, I love doing this, you guys. It's the highlight of my week when I get to spend some time with you and do these color alongs. And I'm looking forward to being able to chit chat at the same time. So yay. All right. You guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you next week. Bye.